Okay, so I just want to share with you one of the potential challenges we're facing in starting our big adventure, collecting the boat and getting moving, and that's where the boat's actually physically moored. So the boat is moored in a location just about here, which is actually on the River Thames. So the boat is not on CRT controlled waterways. It's on the River Thames, and the River Thames is effectively controlled by the Environment Agency, not CRT. Now, we've been watching all of the closures. Anyone who's an existing boater will know all about the CRT stoppages, closures, advice notices, etc. And you can see here, so for those that are new to boating, you've got a list of, well, the categories really, from sort of events in green, advice notices in yellow, navigation restrictions in oranges, up to a full-on navigation closure in red. So we have been watching this section here in Oxford, between Oxford and Duke's Lock, on the Oxford Canal like hawks. And we already understood that there was a closure here on the top end of the Oxford Canal, whilst Wolvercote Lift Bridge number 233 was being repaired. So if you click on here, you can see that there's a stoppage. Wolvercote Lift Bridge 233. This work started 31st of January 2022, and up until probably yesterday, this date here stated the 18th of March, which actually is tomorrow. So as of tomorrow, this bridge was supposed to be open, and this whole stretch of canal along here effectively was navigable. However, we spoke to a very helpful CRT representative a couple of days ago, and she said, oh, no way is that bridge going to be open. We've already had a meeting about it. It's going to be an extra 3 or 4 weeks. Clearly the website hadn't been updated, so we knew this information. In fact, she asked us to put that message out, that the lift bridge wasn't going to be open in time. So other options, because we at least have them, are to collect the boat from, where were we, down here-ish, actually on this stretch here, and pootle on up on, because this is still the River Thames here, the non-CRT River Thames. And instead of, at this area here around Isis Lock, heading east and then north up the Oxford Canal, is to go sort of north-westish, never eat shredded wheat, yep, north-westish, and continue along the River Thames all the way up here along this wiggly bit, and then basically cut across here onto what's known as Duke's Cut, which is this orange bit, and then northbound. But you'll note here that the lock that we need to get through, Duke's Lock, is actually closed. So we need to book a passage along the orange section here and let them know what day we're coming along and what time, and then they'll open the lock here, and then we can go up northbound and continue our journey. So that in itself, absolutely fine. But this morning I got a warning notice through from the Environment Agency to say that the river conditions on the River Thames had worsened, and we were faced with this little lot here. Red's never good, is it? Well, unless it's clothing or it's your car. So a red notice on the river basically means caution of a strong stream, and we advise users of all boats not to navigate because the strong flows make it difficult and dangerous. So effectively what they're saying is the river's closed. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I highly suspect that when there's a red river notice that the locks are closed also. So which bit of the Lechlade, or is it Lechlade or Lechlade to Oxford do we need? We need this section down here. So we need to go through Iffley Lock. Or is that Iffley Lock? I suspect it's Iffley Lock. We need to go through Osney Lock, Godstow Lock and King's Lock. And once we've done that little lot, so King's Lock being somewhere up in this section, we can get across onto Duke's Cut and where we need to be. So I found this very helpful website called Gauge Map, and on Gauge Map you can actually start to look at the water levels on any of the individual areas, the lock areas that you're going through. Put that to today. You can see we've had some spikes. That was at 5:45 this morning, or 6 o'clock this morning. That's when I spotted the issue. The day before we got well into the area where flooding is possible. So this morning we got a red notice as the river level had spiked. It looks like it's settled down. We still have a red river warning level as spotted as we looked a minute ago. This lock here is Godstow. Okay, so Godstow's settled as the day's gone on, which is good news. And there's King's. I can say, where's King's? Okay, yeah, so we've still got some pretty high river levels, yeah, at King's Lock. So this is a showstopper. It's not like the canal network. When the river's closed, frankly, just the river is closed. So yeah, we're T minus a handful of days, and at the minute the river is closed. So we will be watching this like a hawk, and luckily it looks, so this is one of these two is going to be launch day for us. Launch of our new adventure. We've got a few days to go, and it looks like down in Oxford we're going to have some nice weather. So we're hopeful that that means that we will get out on the river and start the journey as needs be. But needless to say, yeah, we need that little lot to change in our favour. So an annoying problem to have, and arguably only one because of where the boat is moored, but it is moored where it is moored. So these are the challenges that we just have to overcome. So yeah, wish us luck. I'm going to be spending a reasonable amount of time today in the home office. We're sharing duties, but I've got some computer-based duties to sort out today. I'll show you around the home office in a minute. Actually, usually looks super tidy, but today, no. So I woke. Well, first things first. Breakfast of champions, eggs, strong black coffee. I woke this morning to the Environment Agency notices saying that the River Thames, or more specifically the bit of the River Thames that Narrowboat Josh is currently moored on, still high. We've still got red notices, so I'll show you those in a minute. And I also woke to two notices from the CRT saying that sections of the Oxford Canal north of Duke's Cut, where we're going to cut across from, it's that way as you see it, River Thames to Oxford Canal via Duke's Cut. So the Oxford Canal north of Duke's Cut and Duke's Lock also has some warning notices or some cautionary notices about stream levels. Can only assume that's something related to the River Cherwell, because we weren't expecting to get those sorts of notices on the canal system, so it must be where the River Cherwell's feeding in. But slightly strange, because we've had 48 hours of good weather. Yeah, so we weren't really expecting that. So as things stand today, if we were setting off today, well, we wouldn't be setting off today. It's as simple as that. The River Thames has red notices all over it, and we can't get far enough up the Oxford. So yeah, we need all of that to sort of settle down. Yeah, we'll see. So things I've got to do today, I'll show you the screen in a second, and we'll get into looking at the river levels. But other things that I've got to sort today are the radios, and what else do I have to sort? The internet. So I have to buy some internet. So I'll talk you through that. Other things we have to do today, dear? Apart from tidy all that.
Yeah, I'm not looking, I've got my back to it.
It's probably for the best. Other boat related things?
I think we need to just, well, I'll go through the list and see where we're at. Someone has to have a list.
Absolutely. Sue's list.
And as usual, you're on the last minute with your jobs on the list. Oh, you've got to get a toolbox together.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good call actually.
And decide what you're doing about a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
A lock for the gas locker. You need one of those.
Okay. Right, jobs. Good, right, so that's where we're at. Let's get into the screen. Jukes cuts this area here in orange. Okay, and then north of that, here, Baker's Lock, we have this. So it's an advice notice, so it's not a closure. But caution, strong stream. We advise users of all boats not to navigate because the strong flows make it difficult and dangerous. Locks may be closed. So yeah, advise users of powered boats to find a safe mooring. Yeah, so that's the challenges for today. Plus the fact that I need to get on and buy the items that Sue mentioned. So I shall get cracking. Okay, and these are the radios that we're going for, the Motorola XT180. Basically, it was a recommendation from Jonathan, who uses these sorts of things most days and has suggested that these are super sturdy, super reliable, etc, etc. So we'll give these a good go. We've ordered some and hopefully they will be arriving T-2, so just in time for the trip. So we'll get them on the boat, we'll use them and let you know, give you a review of them. Right, so here's quite a statement, but I think I've fixed the internet. Yes, I've purchased one of these, a Huawei B535-333 4G Plus. Yeah, so I bought a router. This is clearly made in Switzerland, as we can tell, and it comes with one of these, which is a SIM card from which you collect the internet. Now, I've no idea whether this thing's going to be great. Like all things that you buy on popular purchasing websites, you get reviews that are amazing and reviews that say it's the worst thing people have ever bought. However, if like me, reading all of that stuff up there is like completely indecipherable gobbledygook, and I've saved you the technical specifications, that is literally like hieroglyphics to me, then I think somebody saying buy one of these things and it works on a narrowboat is actually going to be pretty good consumer advice. Alternatively, it might be completely pants, and the combination of that SIM card and that router simply doesn't work very well. This thing arrives apparently tomorrow, and we'll see if it's any good. And if it isn't, I'll certainly let you know. Okay, so next challenge is working out what sort of toolkit to put together for Narrowboat Josh, which is a 44-year-old narrowboat. So yeah, what do we need? What's sensible? let's have a look. Anyway, this is what we've got in the garage. I think this is just a toolkit, a normal toolkit that anyone's got lying around in their garage. Modern sort of normal tools you'd have for any sort of, you know, I suppose half modernish type car like that. And but equally, you know, the boat's old, so do we need a toolkit that's more akin to this? So interestingly, a good friend of mine, hi Baz, hope you're keeping well, sold me this toolkit actually the other week, and I'm thinking that something along this sort of line might be sensible. And interestingly, in here we've got a mixture of sizes. We've got metric and imperial. So I think if boats follow sort of classic cars, then there's a chance that on the boat will be both metric and imperial stuff. So I'm thinking a mixture of stuff from in there and probably in there, plus stuff from in there like monkey wrenches, pliers, snips, Stanley blades, that sort of thing is a good plan. Screwdrivers, pretty obvious. You know, do I need hammers? Probably. Do I need a hacksaw? Probably not, but I've got more than one, so let's take that along for the ride. And then just anything else I find in the drawers really. So let's get raiding some toolkits.